Believe like it's already on the way. Once in a quiet countryside town, a farmer lived with his wife and their young daughter. That year, the land was suffering. The sun scorched the earth day after day, and not a single drop of rain had fallen in months. The crops were turning to dust, and the rivers had become cracked beds of dry stone. Hope was wilting just like the fields. The entire town was in despair. Families whispered in worried tones over empty dinner tables, and fathers stared at the skies, searching for clouds that never came. Finally, the townspeople decided they would all stop what they were doing and pray together, at the same time from their homes. Maybe, just maybe, God would hear them. At the designated hour, the farmer sat cross-legged on the wooden floor of his small home, his hands clasped tightly in prayer. His wife knelt beside him, and their 6-year-old daughter sat quietly between them, her eyes wide with innocence and faith. In a choked voice, the farmer whispered, "Lord, we've done everything we can. The land is dying. Please send us rain." His wife closed her eyes and prayed with silent tears. Then came the softest voice in the room. "Dear God," the little girl said, "please make it rain. Daddy is very sad. I know you can do anything. So please, make it rain tonight." The room fell into silence. There was no thunder, no sudden wind. Just stillness. When the prayers were done, the farmer stood up, sighing deeply. He grabbed his straw hat and turned to leave. "Where are you going, Daddy?" the little girl asked. "Back to the fields," he said gently. "There's still work to do." "Wait," she cried and rushed to the other room. When she returned, she was holding a bright red umbrella. Her father looked at her, puzzled. "Sweetheart, why the umbrella? The sun's going down. It's cool outside now." She blinked, confused by the question. "But Daddy, we just asked God to make it rain. Don't you think He will?" The farmer stood frozen. He stared at her tiny hand gripping the handle of the umbrella, then up at the sky still clear, not a cloud in sight. But when he looked back at her hopeful eyes, something inside him shifted. In that moment, he realized that while everyone else had prayed for rain, she was the only one who truly believed it would come. With a smile breaking through his tired face, he picked her up, held her close, and whispered, "You're right." That evening, father and daughter walked hand in hand to the fields, the farmer carrying the red umbrella. And that night, as thunder rolled across the sky and rain finally poured from the heavens, the entire village rejoiced. But no one was more ready for the rain than a little girl who had brought an umbrella. The moral. This story is not just about prayer, it's about belief. The little girl didn't just hope, she expected her prayer to be answered. She prepared for the miracle. In our lives, we often pray, wish, or set goals, but we don't always act like we believe they'll come true. Faith without action is empty. But when we believe so strongly that we start to live as if the answer is already on the way, that's when real change happens. So whether you're chasing a dream, healing from pain, or praying for a breakthrough, bring your umbrella. Believe like it's already happening. Because belief isn't just about hope. It's about trust.